Well, hey Libra, how about a message from your metal dog today? Doing the cardinal signs. All of you get it started, people. We need you. We need your ideas, but we also need you to say, that's a great idea, let's do it. And then get us started doing it. So I'm going to pull a few cards, get an overall sense of what this reading is about here from the Star Seeker. What is it? The Star Seeker Tarot. It's a beautiful little deck. It said, I want to talk to Libra today. And so we'll pull the top card and see what's on the bottom. See what's going on with you. A Six of Pentacles. Something about generosity, charity, or it can be about like balancing out. Like sometimes it's like giving or receiving, but it's also read as then we need to make this equal. Okay. And there is with that a Three of Swords. This is such a great description of what it feels like to have your heart broken, and that obsessive looking at the pain, the swords piercing your insides, and just, it's a stuck in a broken heart or feeling of betrayal. Wow. So when I put these two cards together, I think this is how you would see them in front of you. This would be the first card of reaching out for something to come, like a 3D, substantial, real thing. Could be money, but I think you've asked for something and you're waiting to receive it, or you've been able to say, I need this, and then wait for it to come. But instead, this is what you're getting. Wow. I don't know if that's what it's really feeling like for you, Libra, but we will find out more here as we go on. But there is sadness, and it's a real painful one that's hard to get out of, where you feel, like you could have the feeling of, I shouldn't have asked for that. Your mind can be like really hurting you, as the swords are your mind, so they can hurt you by obsessing and going back over and over and over to it. And one way out is to think that it's your fault. But because of the Six of Pentacles here, the feeling that I have is, in fact, not that it was your fault, but there's just something bigger and out of your control. And you reached for something, and that isn't wrong. What's wrong is that whoever gave you shit, hurt you, instead of giving you the little thing. I mean, Six Pentacles is not a lot. It's just a little thing. You just asked for something, and then that hurt. So let's look at this. That came through pretty clearly. So let's see. The reading here, we're going to ask, what is ending? What is coming in? What is your strength? And then what does the tarot want you to know? What's hidden from you? It's sort of like the tarot wild card in my readings these days. So let's see, Libra. And let's see, because I'm kind of pushing this cardinal part of your identity, that ability to start things. Let's see how that figures into this. You asked for something. Maybe somebody asked something of you and then you gave them swords, but that's not what I'm feeling. We'll see. All right, I tend to be on your side. Okay. All right, what is ending? Okay, fantastic. I'm glad this is ending. This is the Eight of Swords. This is a feeling of being trapped. It's actually a perspective, right? You can see that her hair is loosely tied to all of those swords, which are rooted in the ground. But if she would just release them, she could float off and away. And so the feeling of being in bondage is what you've been in, and this is what is ending. So whatever that bondage is, we will find out more. Okay, what is coming in? Woo, a Prince of Cups. This is a good heart. Good. This is a message of the heart. It could be you. You could be riding away from this Eight of Swords trapped feeling. It's what it looks like to me. This is you riding away with your beautiful heart from this seeming trap, and especially because you got this betrayal here. So like Six of Pentacles, it's not one of my favorite cards. It's not a bad card in the tarot. It's just because it's hierarchical. It's because when I ask for something or I put my happiness into somebody else, that they need to give me something for me to be happy, this is where I can get trapped. So I can get into this feeling of like waiting and waiting for them to give me what I asked for, and then they give me this. Or they never give me anything, and it just feels like this endlessly, like this endless whirlpool. It feels like being trapped in your mind because you've given the power, those hands, like you've given the power to somebody else. This has you taking your heart and riding off away from that mess. I've never noticed this. There's an octopus going, wait, come back. That's so cool. I love this deck. There's somebody with lots of tentacles that you're riding away from here. Or some situation. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be like, it's a situation where it hurt. And it's keeping you from your journey. Your strength in this situation is temperance. This is your ability to wait, your patience. You're very measured. You're waiting. You're putting the water back and forth, back and forth. It's an alchemizing process of waiting for the right feelings. You have one foot in your emotions and one foot on solid ground, earth, which is your body, your security, your abundance, your home. And you're helped by this angel. What's going on in the background? That's interesting. There's a ship in the background, and there's a rocket ship. There's a boat and then a rocket. That's interesting. So this is your strength. You're very patient. You're measured. You're waiting for the right balance. Okay. And the tarot wants you to know Four of Wands. It's really hard not to read this as a personal love story because this ends with one of the love cards where you're with people at a party. It could be, sometimes it's read as a marriage, but it's a celebration of authenticity where you get to be yourself. A community, it can be a person, relationship. This is here, you don't see it. Could be in, we'll see. But there's a place that you're not looking or seeing that's for you to be you, who you truly are. And when you get there, and you recognize that, it'll come after this. I see you riding towards it on your horse with this cup that represents your beautiful heart that is a gift. This will be whatever this is, this place, the beautiful place where you get to be you. And then everybody there knows you and they celebrate you as you are. The reason I read it as being about authenticity is the Four of Wands, everything is up on the surface, like a table has four legs. I learned that from Mystic Witch. And so when everything is up on the surface, to me that is about authenticity. Being with people that get you, know you, love you how you are. And underneath all of this, we got the Chariot. So you have some momentum right now, Libra. You have the ability and the power and the will to go away from this. That's what we see here. You're on a horse and you're riding away from those. That octopus is like, wait, come back here. I've got all these tentacles that keep you here. Yeah, you got the mojo of the Chariot. Cool. All right, Libra. Let's look into this a little bit more here. It could be a work situation. It could be just a feeling of trappedness. I think a lot of people are feeling trapped, and we're thinking a lot about what we deserve and what we're not getting and our losses. And there's suffering right now. I'm suffering alone. A lot of us are doing that. What you have going for you, Libra, is that you actually have the ability to move out of that into looks like something quite wonderful and free. And I like to think of this maybe as what the world that you are going to go create with when you take your heart out of this trap. So like I'm always wanting these readings to be bigger than just your little life, but you can always read it as your little life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just my tendency to want to be bigger. I don't need to be a love reader. My biggest reading, the one that has been watched by more people, like, and not a lot, like over 100, maybe almost 200 people have watched one of my readings, and the title was Say Yes. And I know people think it's about someone's going to ask you to marry them, and that's not the kind of tarot I do. There's lots of tarot readers that do that. And I feel you if that's what you're looking for. But let's see. 8 of Swords. This is what is ending. Your confinement. 3 of Cauldrons. There's friends, party, drinking. It's your friends. What else? 5 of Swords. Winning, but not feeling good about how you win. Self-harm. Leaving that. You won on the battlefield, you ultimately end up feeling regret for how you behaved. And then the 6 of Cauldrons. This is nostalgia. You see how he's grabbing hold of her? That's something that nostalgia can do. It's this. It's why it's so hard to move your mind out of this. You're cardinal signs, so probably your strategy can be, let me start something new. I'm a fixed sign. I'll stay in that whirlpool forever. It's really hard for me to move out of it. Your way would be move on to another situation that you're excited and inspired by, because you're a starter as a cardinal sign. This is also making me think of the octopus tentacles, the way he's grabbing hold of her. 6 of Cups is actually like a love card. It's a soulmate card, 2 inner child stuff. It's the past, that you have a past with somebody and it's keeping you stuck. You have fun. You're in a situation, or you're leaving a situation where there's like fun, but then there's also the 5 of Swords, this feeling of, it's a yucky feeling that comes after this or with this. But you stay in it because there's a history. You've been there a long time, or it's deep in your soul, this connection, this place, this situation, this career, whatever it is that you know what it is, Libra. And that's why you feel trapped. All your hair is tied to it. And the swords represent your mind. Your mind thinks that you have to stay. All right, you're moving on though. This is what's coming in. So like, if this were a personal reading about love, I'm reading this as you riding off with your heart from whatever this past 8 of Swords situation is. This also could be read as somebody coming in with a love offer or message. So you can read it that way if that resonates. It's what's happening right now is this Prince of Cups. So let's clarify. 3 of Pentacles. You're working. and you're doing it with others. It's a collaboration, making a vision real in the 3D, and it takes vision, it takes a plan, and it takes mastery in the Three of Pentacles. Again, citing Mystic Witch's reading of the Three of Pentacles that I just saw the other morning. This person is working alone. I notice in this card, there's somebody who's doing their work. I feel like they're envisioning a collaboration, and that's what you want. There's the Knight of Cups again. Wow. So you're getting the Knight of Cups or the Prince of Cups twice. This clarifies itself. And it really emphasizes this, that you're wearing armor in this, but there's your heart. And you know, it's a beautiful golden heart. So there's a kind of warrior caution that is you bringing your heart forward with determination of the Emperor, or it's very alpha energy, very commanding energy. He's looking backwards at the Six of Cauldrons. So he's related to the past. I feel like this energy, he's structural power. So like if it's a career at an institution or something like that, it could be our society in general, that there's a need for change, which we all are quite aware of. But we're kind of trapped by our nostalgia. Like even COVID has made us feel like, oh, I wish we could have things go back to how they were. And then we'll all say like, of course they're never going back to how they were. Yeah, when I look at the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords that are our overlying energy here, it's like it's a cycle of reaching to our institutions, like to our government, to our structures of power. White supremacy would be another way of reading it. Heteropatriarchy as a part of white supremacy. So like that you've been turning to this, and this is what you get. You get pain. You get your mind like, why don't I get it? Why don't I get it? Around and around and around and around. Your mind. But it's a very captivating, commanding presence, and it's why you're wearing armor, even as you keep offering your heart over and over. So I feel like you're still in a pattern, but you're envisioning right now, or this is what's coming ahead, that this process of seeing yourself riding away from this. You're riding away from this old way. It's an old world, it's an old situation, whatever it is that you felt trapped in by this history that you've had. You know, like America, like it has a vision, it has a beautiful vision, and yet many people feel disappointed by what it actually is delivering in terms of, you know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I highly doubt most of us feel that clearly. That's an odd thing to come in my mind. Whatever, I'm just saying what comes in. Okay, so your strength. You do have ability to be patient, to wait for the right time, to be very thoughtful, work through your emotions. You're very grounded. What else? What else do we have going on here, Libra? There's that Four of Rods again. This is the card hidden from you in the tarot. You have a capacity to do this, to make this beautiful world where people get to be themselves, including you. You're meditating on that. This is a good thing to turn your attention to. The world ending and beginning. It's almost like your idea of this needs to end. there's an ending to the Four of Rods. I get this a lot. I think it's because I'm a big queer. When I see like super conventional heteronormative families followed by the world, it's like something that we've been attached to, that we have a long history of, that feels structural. It feels like the place where we're supposed to build. I always notice that this card, all of the wands are not upright. They're actually tilted at angles. It's not established yet. It feels almost like that vision is ending. Whatever this structure, there's an ending. You're waiting for that to come in. What's our last card here? Let's see. Ooh, the High Priestess. There's your magic, your intuition. It's either that or you don't know something. Let me see here. Let me look. Following your intuition. This is your strength. You can keep mixing until it's time, till it's over. Yeah, then you walk away with your magical self to the next place. It's so clear, simple. These messages have been just so lovely and clear today for you, Cardinal. There's going to be this Chariot, right? Like, it's not always true that I see her walking out of these woods with everybody. Always the magical unicorn, the bunny, the cat, the deer. Like, she's going forward out of the woods. There's a butterfly. There's transformation here. Doves of peace. And the High Priestess represents the connection to the spiritual that is intuitive. It's a secret knowledge. It's not embedded in structure. So it has the liberty. It's easier for it to move. So this alchemizing that you're doing, something's going to end. This ideal of the Four of Rods, of that happy life, of the party, it's ending, and you're waiting for that ending. And this is your strength. And once it ends, then you walk away unencumbered. And then so this is here. This is what's hidden, what you need to look at. Let's clarify that. Let's see, because it's appeared here as what's ending. There's the Security King. He's also looking in the past. He's like the Emperor looking backwards. Looking at, we have all this history. And there's a Four of Swords. This is you going alone to think about, it's a healing card. Like Temperance is a healing card too. This is this alchemizing process. It happens in your mind, that you change your mind. It comes after the Three of Swords, right? So you get your heart broken, your brain's attacking you. So you go and you heal your mind. You go alone and you work through what your mind has done. I see her, it's weirdly like this. I see her trapped in her mind a little bit. Four of Swords, Four of Wands. What else? What's the last card? The Close, Death. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This is, something is ending. It's your concept of stability, security, a happy life. You're riding away from it with your good heart. You've envisioned how to make what you want real in the world. You're walking away magical and unencumbered, and it's natural to you. And it's because you reached for something and you didn't get it. It has to do with security. You know this. This is what you're walking away from twice now on the table. It's ending this ideal of family, community, you being you. Then you go alone and you look at the four corners of your kingdom and you reassess them as a part of a healing process. That brings an ending, the close, the card of death. Not death, but transformation. And on the bottom of the deck, it makes me a little anxious to, I'm sorry, like I was hoping that you were going to get your Four of Wands, but you're walking away from your concept of it. And on the bottom, wow, just to affirm. Okay, it's good, it looks good. So here's you, the Six of Swords, walking away from one set of ideas or an ideology to another. Your feelings are disturbed, you're not happy where you are. You need to change your mind. It's a little bit like this. You go alone. You think about after the Four of Swords, you think about this is what you're walking away from, the chaos, that it doesn't feel good. It feels like self-harm. And then you leave. You say, I'm changing my mind. You don't have to actually physically leave. You just rethink it. It's a tower. It's a shocker for you. There's some part of this. It has to do with a tower comes down because the foundation is not strong. Because you're asking for somebody else to make you happy and you're getting disappointed and it's a cycle that you're stuck in. That would be a bad foundation. Stories, worldview, ideology, these can be also things at the foundation that will cause a tower to crumble. The tower comes if you don't do it yourself. So if you don't walk away, some outside force will help you, help this. And then there's healing. I think of this a little bit like Temperance, right? She's got one foot on land, one foot on water. She's not pouring her feelings from cup to cup. She's pouring them into the big feeling. It's a much more open process. It's a magical process of healing, but also of wish fulfillment that comes after the tower. It's like you need this tower. It'll rock your world, but it's what you need. And then after that, you get the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is also a card of authenticity. If I told you the Four of Wands, everything on the surface, this is the happiest card in the tarot. This is a phoenix rising from the ashes of that tower. A couple of naked people dancing around at Stonehenge under this beautiful sun. This is where you are getting taken in what looks to me to be a needed but painful process because of this long history that you have with this situation that you're leaving, right? It has tentacles that you ride away from. So it's hard to do this. It's your security, your idea of what you wanted out of life, the clothes, the tower, the world. Something is ending for you, Libra, but healing and happiness lie ahead, and it will help you get out of this miserable obsession in your mind and the sadness and this pain that you asked for this and you got this. So, not an easy process that you're going through, Libra. It just has it makes me happy to see that either you walk away, Six of Swords, or the tower, but after that is healing and the sun and you being you for real. Not in this way that you need to reconsider, I guess, with this King of Pentacles, Emperor, old school institutional situation. Well, let me know if this helps you, and I hope it does, and thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day.